Ebusunya Sabra Meka said the GJA president, which Ghana Journalists Association, or Candy for Dano, president. Eden Sembia to go say, Bekaya, President John Romani Mahama, or Mwashi Ghana Fuinabo say, he is going to work with the leanest government ever in the history of Ghana when it comes to the Fourth Republic. And you know, he's going to work with only 60 ministers. And for that matter, President Mahama has reduced the number of ministries to 23 from previously 30. Now, so we're cutting down 7 ministries which have been realigned into other ministries. And now, GGA president, HM say, President Mahama, in your first administration, you created a Ministry of Information and also Ministry of Communications. Now, by the saying that, also can come here, I said the information for no, and I Ministry of Information, where you went from, they need an explanation as to why you have done that. Ebusuya, what's nice to watch them say, Ahmed Suale, or a journalist or baby fishes, they are giving the IGP up to March 2025 to come up with an update on his investigation to unravel the cause of death. And I said to get those who caused that act. And I said, Nipa woman one decision, and I said one colleague in the train was to say the IGP should come and update them by March 2025. Ebusuya wey ensema emu drupa. Enu ti eba sure say oba kire wadwene afasa ensemu yihu. Eye GGA kire mu say President Mahama Ministry of Information efine new portfolios no mu. Afin so no, he's calling on the IGP to update the whole Ghana on the death or the investigation that they have conducted into the death of Ahmed Suale over 6 solid years ago. Ebusuya make sure say subscribe to this channel, and if you are subscribing, also turn on your notification bell for latest updates. And Ebusuya, the GJA president, Mr. Edubufo, HM say President Mahama new administration, he has left out the office of Minister of Communication from where the Minister of Information from his new government. What you say the first term as a president between 2012 and 2016, there was an office of an information ministry. Now, by the saying as the second time media where you will film so does it mean say I want you know and so any and say Ebusuya GGA president as a beside them on paying or something say the president has to come up with explanation to why that decision has been taken. GGA president.
Having congratulated President Mahama on his election as president of the Republic of Ghana, and Mr. Gulu on his nomination as Volta Regional Minister Designate, and also having underlined the fact that they are members of the GJA and therefore the pride of place journalists and the media occupy in government, it is pertinent to ask, where is the Ministry of Information now? We want clarification from His Excellency the President on the rationale for the removal of the Ministry of Information from his government portfolios. We observed that whilst the first Mahama administration saw the measure of communication and information ministries, the second Mahama administration appears to completely dissolve the Ministry of Information. We are appealing for clarity on this new policy direction. We also want to know the budget holding ministry for the state-owned Ghana Broadcasting Corporation and Ghana News Agency.
Ebusuya utia say payini say wan kasa uti ho a yeyi we bonanti no GGA president Daniel Bre okasa on behalf of all the stakeholders in the journalism fraternity and unto no payini and wa ujejeje come and explain why you are doing away with the Ministry of Information. And say Ebusuya o say musu say baby awde akwhia bia so ma ohu tire be ya state institution be say GTV any Ghana News Agency no baby a obenya won allocate say fini adade na no explain to them in a simple language. Ebusuya in other news also no the same GGA president Sanchiremu say Ahmed Suale ewu ye fisha pore siani up till now ye te hwe ye beka ya na otwetwe mu kura no the MP for Gomua Central Honorable Kwame Esarobin, popularly known as A+, but Tugwa said he wants an update, or IGP should come and update the whole of Ghana on how far they've gone with the investigation with the death of that journalist. Ebusuya, Captain Smart crowd Chiremu say when you update within 48 hours, is going to summon the IGP before Parliament to brief the House on how far they have gone with the investigation of Ahmed Suale. Ebusuya, Sabri there, GJA president, Edinhu Ejim, they are all calling for justice for the death of their colleague Ahmed Suale. Ebusuya, asemasi 6 solid years, yante hweye. Sir, na timemufo no ya dwunadwuni bi, like we feel insecure, yes, because bibi ya okura na you are not going to get justice. Nti e be sere say seven teachers are na emma elusu some of the essential elements e ma yetimenya justice for the affected persons.
Our members in these state-owned media houses want some clarity on the new policy direction. It is very unfortunate and indeed disappointing that 6 years after the murder of Ahmed Suale, no arrest has been made. What is even more disheartening is the lackadaisical police investigations into the matter. You may recall the shocking disclosure made by the former Attorney General and Minister of Justice, Godfred Yabu-Adame, in February 2024, that his office had not received from police any docket fit for prosecution or action on the murder of Ahmed Suale. The GJ has decided to take some decisive steps to resolve the matter, including seeking redress in international forums. The steps we envisage to take include, but not limited to, the following. First, we are giving the Ghana Police Service up to the end of March 2025 to come out with concrete on the investigation, arrest and prosecution of suspects in the murder case. We urge the Inspector General of Police, IGP, and the CID boss, the Attorney General and Minister of Justice, and the President to take keen interest in this case.
Obi wo ho no mo bia we no masama a wo kan e ene ye de link it to what is happening recently. Amanipa beye enkono ahwe wo mo nkwa ebinom nso eda so da yare sabia ye ni mo condition ese na etie but don ho say e bia na obi e ko attack if ofi a particular media house inti say obi a ne ho kan ye no e pese wo attack that media house kan ho say there are journalists working in that media house inti say obi de nipa ba ko ho yaw ene ebufu e be sane obi foforo nto be kai a odi ni blewu example say in case say ono so dam na bi o hye adwuma no ahyen so de bi ana say omoka he can also be attacked just because of a statement from another co-worker woho inti yenhwe ya no ne yakasa yi ti na make say sa video yi o 2023 eno kan but don't say 2025 money away ene assembly akohia. Inti say people are linking it to it, but e bia na entesa or no na dream no na nkenye eno but and then very relevant because of what is happening now. Oho inti na yankasa so yede eye kokko bo ema yankasa ye ho as a media people ne say in the discharge of our duties no we should be careful of our utterances.
Sebusia, sabidi ina de ano tum say justice must be served on the perpetrators of Ahmed Suale's death. Sebusia DJ president in Abrepa. Make sure say Chilawadjene Efa Sansemu ya papa no raise two key issues. One, why the Ministry of Information has been taken away by President Mahama, and two, why the death of Ahmed Suale there have not been any arrest or updates as of now. And you know, they demand explanation from the IGP and from the office of the president. In other news also, the majority in parliament has accused President Mahama for appointing officers into his government without consulting the Council of State. What you will say, yes, the article that allows the president to appoint some nominees or some officers into the government, requires that the president does that in consultation with the Council of State. Nemum, Osha statement on my president appointing the various officers into his government now. That statement come without the element of Council of State consultation, in it. I don't know. President has breached that section of the Constitution, which says the appointment must be done in consultation with the president. So they are demanding the president to come and explain why that decision or that action has been taken, which is against the Constitution. Sabri so the EC say the elections of the Council of State members from all the 60 regions is going to take place on February 11. Now I say, and yet net on my parents pentem for many governments. A my Ghana. In this already the minority in parliament are calling on the president to come and explain why there has been a breach of the Constitution when it comes to appointment of officers into his government.
Section 4.1 states that the president shall appoint such officers in consultation with what? The Council of State. We as a minority believe that the president has acted in breach of this act or the provisions of Act 463. And we are requesting of the president to kindly withdraw this letter and act in consultation with the Council of State, which is not in place. At best, this letter could have been issued with a paragraph to state that these appointments are being made pending the composition of the Council of State and that they will be regularized in conformity with this act.
Is it the case that it is an oversight and now say it is a deliberate attempt because for many governments? So they are calling for the president to come and explain why that breach has been done before the good people of Ghana. Bye bye.